fellow Africans, fellow black people all over the world. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Yes, today I am here to express myself based on what I have heard and what I have seen. I am somebody who like to see a prosperous Africa. I am somebody who loves to see a prosperous black community. I am somebody who desires to see a change in our community, in all forms of life. And that has pushed me to talk about Africa anywhere I find myself, especially in the community of the blacks. You know, having been opportune to live in a foreign land, it gives me the opportunity to communicate with people from different states of Africa and people from the Caribbean and the people from Europe and the blacks from America and the rest part of the world. you know. And whenever I come across them, I always used to ask a single question. And my question is always, brothers or sister, where we are living today, how do you see the environment? And their reply will always be, oh, it's nice, it's good. And I will ask again, do you think your country can be as beautiful, as prosperous as this country in the nearest future, perhaps in 20 years' time? And the last person I interviewed, he said to me, yes, I have to wish my country good. I said, this is not issue of wishing. We are talking about reality on ground. And he said to me, yeah, if you want to be practical, if you want to put it in terms and, do a long research on it, the answer is impossible. Hey, and my mind, I was troubled, because 99.9% of the people I have interviewed, none of them could give me a positive answer. None of them could assure me that their country could be as prosperous as the host country. That's where we are now, you know. And it gives me sleepless night as a person because I believe that if countries like South Korea could get it right, why not? We too can get it right. Korea was poor like us 20 years ago. If countries like Singapore can get it right, I believe that we too can get it right. If you look back 20, 30 years ago, Singapore was, in fact, was poor than any state in Africa. Likewise, Korea, the same thing. Even China, you are looking at today, the second largest economy, perhaps the first, but let's just give America the credit, as they will always desire to have. But in reality, we know that things are changing. So look at these two countries that I just mentioned. Let's use the two countries as case scenarios here. Look at their economy 20, 30 years ago. And look at any state in Africa, look at their economy 20, 30 years ago. You will agree with me that all of the African states, they were more vibrant than all this economy. I'm talking about 30 years ago. But what's changed in 2024? What's changed? And if you want to be honest with yourself, what's changed is corruption in the system. And this is what I used to tell anybody I come across, especially those that their government is doing a little bit well. No government is perfect, but at least you see the leaders doing everything possible to make the country workable. I will always tell them that they have to protect one thing, and they will ask me what is it. The answer is very simple. They have to protect the voting system. If I want to be a president of my country. And I know that the only way I can be the president is to convince the majority to vote for me. And eventually, I am now voted into office. Of course, you know that I will do my best to satisfy those that voted for me. Of course, I will do my best to be able to win the second term. Or if there is no opportunity for second term, I will do my best to make sure my party will remain in power. I will do my best to avoid impeachment. But if I am living in a country where I know it is just the elite that will choose who will lead and nobody can stop it, of course, I have nothing to do with the choice of the majority. Rather, I have everything to do with the choice of the elite, as it is in Africa today, in all of them. I will give you an example. Look at South Africa. When the whites were in power, you know what is happening in that country? The economy was booming. The society was nice, you know. But look at South Africa since the blacks took over. You know, I am a black like you, so you don't say I'm condemning. I'm just telling you what is verifiable. Everybody can verify it. You know, it's verifiable. Look at the economy when the whites were in power in South Africa. And look at the economy today. And look at the economy of Nigeria when the England was ruling. You will see that the Nigerian economy was in better form, in better shape. In fact, the environment was, you know, sweet and peace and harmony. That is during the colonial era. But now we claim we are ruling ourselves, but you and I know that we are in the hand of our own people. So, so I used to tell these people that one thing you have to do not ask the government, build this, build that. But do what? Protect the voting system. When you get the voting system right, when I know that I cannot become anything until you, the majority, say that I should be, I will do everything to make sure that I make you happy. I will do everything to make sure that my government will do what you want. You know, I will always tell us that the politicians are not the leaders. The leaders is the masses. You know, because if you look at what the masses are doing, in fact, if you look at what the leaders are doing, they are simple answering the prayer of the masses. Okay, look at America now. You know, they are talking about a lot of things. It is the election time. And look at somebody will openly deny his own choice and do what? Align him or herself with the choice of the voters. Because if I want to push the idea of what I want, that will not go well with the voters. And the voters will not give me their support. So what do I need to do? I have to align myself with their opinion. So that's why I'm saying to our people, we should fight to fix the voting system. And that is what I am saying to those that their country has gotten it right, to protect it. If you lose it, it will destroy your country. You see, China is prospering. If corruption enters the system, within the space of 10 years, China will become as poor as Nigeria. And that's what I used to tell my Korean friends. You've got to protect the voting system. Because I know for sure that in Korea, you have at least 90%. You are very sure that at least your vote will count 90%. That's a big assurance. And that's enough. You can never get it